Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both, and at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen.
And his first pass is incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
On play action, Allen. That's swung out wide to Harris.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now Allen. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete.
And he is going to have a Bills first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he goes out right around the 39.
Now Allen again.
And this is Parker, complete.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Allen going to throw.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 68 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game. That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Throwing now is Allen.
The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down.
Caught. It's the tight end Kelsey. Touchdown Buffalo.
Travis Kelsey.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bills will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This one fielded at the 5.
So here come the Texans now for their first drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now back to throw.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The Texans at 2-3 here to begin the new season. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Bills, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
First down, they go right back to Pierce.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got him in. It's Brown.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
2nd and 2. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. They run here with Singletary. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Pierce.
And this time he is in.
Dameon Pierce, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And no thought of a return here for Hines.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Buying time to his left.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it.
The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Allen now looks to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. The Bills send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Singletary again. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
They'll get this to Devin Singletary out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. This will be caught by Brown.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one is incomplete. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Getting set to go again on offense. Here's Devontae Parker now. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing is Allen on third. Over the middle, complete. That's Hines. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Houston's offense taking over again. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And out across midfield down to the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. They'll set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Brown.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Woods. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 14. 23 yards the pickup there.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. 1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Singletary. Touchdown, Houston. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From the 6.
Now a hit and a loose football.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10.
Allen's throw here taken in by Parker.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Allen. And his throw here is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
The veteran Joe Schobert getting to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Back to throw.
Out route, and it's complete to Brown. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. They'll set up a throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the left hash, this from 34. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Takes it at the 7.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On 2nd and 10, Allen. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Harris running straight ahead. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bills send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The quick feet by Jackson. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Texans will take over. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Back deep, Nyheim Hines. Yikes, terrible kick, headed straight for the sidelines. Getting set to go again on offense, here's Devontae Parker now. He's up near 100 yards now here in the second quarter, but his team's down.
Through no fault of his own. I mean, what a nice game he's having so far. They've got to keep finding ways to get him the football. Don't get away from that. Figure out where things are going wrong with the rest of the team.
They'll be hoping to hit that 100-yard mark on this drive. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Allen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't come in. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. In the early games, a lot of good matchups, one being in Indianapolis. A tough one for the Colts, as they'll have to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. In the late afternoon games, all eyes will be on Las Vegas. A glitzy matchup there, where it'll be the Raiders taking on the Denver Broncos. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, should be a good one there, between the Carolina Panthers and the New York Giants. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Texans, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. So here are the Texans to take over. They were winners last week over Tennessee, and they've got the lead here as well. They start this drive out 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. Caught by Woods. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. An injury stoppage here, and that's Marquise Brown, who appears to be shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go right back to Singletary. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Bills have recovered. Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a 2-score game. That has a chance to tighten up considerably.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Now they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now a give. Running left is Harris. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 37. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And now out comes Houston. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down limit.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Allen. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Houston set to take over.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 39 yards there, a big one.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Open man, he completes it to Judy. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast.
And it's intercepted.
Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Well, let's spotlight Devin Singletary as this offense comes back out.
He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Matt Milano in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And the lead will stay put at 17.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Allen now looks to throw.
The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it.
And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston, The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Another carry for Pierce.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Pierce now up the middle.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And this is caught. It's Parker.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
2nd down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. Now Allen. Caught. It's the tight end, Kelsey, for a Bills touchdown. Travis Kelsey with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. But the football going back over now to the Houston Texans.
Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
He'll drop to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. 2nd and 9 now. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, here's Pierce.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Give left side for Pierce.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 21. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Going for it with Pierce.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Pierce.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans.
Damian Pierce
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Texans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Bills.
This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
On 1st down, Allen. Open receiver here, complete. It's Parker. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a throw here, hauled in.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 16. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Here comes the seventh play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. One final try here for Allen. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Texans defense stands tall. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll.
Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner. And let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
So for the Texans, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Giants next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.
it.